Hey folks, welcome back. This is the second week of Dallas Ducks this week. It's been a little bit more than a week because of a little technical glitch. First of all, welcome again, head coach Bill Zaniboni. Thank you again for letting us do this in your lovely house.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Nice to have you.
Yeah. As we speak now, I'd say a good percentage of players are back in town, maybe 20%, 30%.
Yeah, they're rolling in every day.
And you're probably going to have a lot roll in the next 24 hours or so. I think you have a team meeting on Sunday night, am I right?
Yeah, team meeting at Monks at the Wilderness is giving us their sports bar basement to have our team orientation meeting, so it's awesome, yeah.
So that's about 48 hours from now, so players are definitely arriving en masse in the next couple of days. I think everybody will be here on as scheduled. Is there anybody?
We have one that will be flying in on Tuesday.
Okay. So that team will hit the ground running on Monday, first practice, with a very short or small window, I guess, because regular season is only a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
The Dallas Ducks have the honor, I guess, I'm not sure if you feel that way, but they have the honor of starting a little bit early. We'll host the Steele County Blades on September 9th and 10th, sort of a preview to the regular season for everybody else to watch, and then a week later everybody else will probably be jumping in the fray.
Yeah, I mean, definitely no advantages of becoming a champion, that's for sure. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We got to play at some point, so it's might as well get it out of the way and let everyone else kind of watch and kind of be the measuring stick for at least the first week, right? And then everything else will fall into place. So just take it day by day and kind of see how we do through training camp here and our exhibition schedule, and get these guys bonding, and the guys that are already in town, I think have gotten. They've gotten a lot of time together, at least right now, working on the rink and putting the ice in and stuff like that.
So, hi Vanek. This is our special color guy, Vanek.
Hey.
So I think we talked last time. We talked about the returning veterans. Just a handful of guys coming back. There's definitely some experience coming back. But guys maybe that are not used to each other. You got some experience from other elite teams and other junior teams, which is very similar to last year. I remember we talked about this the other day. The team is very similar, like out of the gate, I think, to last year's team.
Yeah, I think it's it's pretty comparable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just we're not familiar with them.
Right.
I think the biggest thing is they're pretty enough familiar with me, and I think it's a tough place to play because we demand a lot, but I think pieces will fall into place eventually, like they did last year for us. It took us a little while last year, right? I mean, it took us probably almost 2 months before things really started falling the way that we want them to. So it's a progress, and some guys will develop under it, and some guys will hate it. And it's just good. You just gotta find that right fit, and I tell guys all the time when we recruit, we're not the right spot for everyone. It's just that's how it goes. We are who we are, and that's our identity, and we try to get players, with the same like-minded set to come in and want that will to compete.
Always a question mark, I guess, at the beginning of the sort of practice season, especially for players who maybe are coming from not a junior background, maybe coming from a AAA or even a high school background. It can be a bit of a culture shock, I guess, out of the gate, especially with your approach, especially in the first days, like really, really heavy conditioning and maybe not so much praise as they're used to. But I think mostly they get through it. I think, the success rate is usually pretty good. I think, maybe they're shocked, but they usually rise to the occasion.
Well, and it forces the guys to help each other out. rather than me helping them and and giving them high fives and stuff.
Right.
It's about making sure that they understand that they have to work together to be successful, because that's the only any way any team will be at all successful at this level is just working together and battling through adversity, not by yourself but with the group. So
Right.
it's great to see, and that's where the Dells Duck veterans have that knowledge already to take care of that stuff right away. And every year it seems like our Dells Ducks veteran gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
At least the last couple of years. So, but I mean, it is because of promotion, and that's what this is about.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at our college guys this year, and we just had 2 guys make North American League rosters that were not drafted and not tendered, and Artem Neckersoff makes Topeka, David Kaplan makes Kenai, and there's 2 guys that could have came back. We had a handful of 96s that committed to college, and
Yeah.
I mean that's what this is about. So it's hopefully you get right now I think we're fortunate to have 6 guys back, 7 guys back, and hopefully I think that's good enough core to to kind of keep the mold together.
And I think that's probably, I do like the way you said that, it's kind of a nice problem to have.
Yeah.
It's basically that's your goal is to
Absolutely.
get these guys to these places, and I think with the every team has a little bit different sort of niche, and with the Ducks, I think you really like to try to find the experienced veteran guys. Obviously, there's young guys too.
Yeah.
But you really do seem to have an eye for them guys that have previous experience, and so when you have that, you're going to have a big turnover every year too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and it's something I think that we're prepared for every year. Last year we only had 5 20-year-olds, so we thought we'd have a big group coming in this year, and we're very fortunate to have success, and with success is individual success, right? And those guys move on. So it's great, and right now we have 2 of those guys back here just because they loved it, and we'll start seeing alumni start coming back for training camp and stuff like that. And that's what it's about. As hard as it is, they'll still come back to do it. So
yeah, a lot of familiar faces in town the last couple of days from previous teams and stuff like that, and that's always really special for you, Coach, because I know that like you always talk about the family atmosphere, and it's definitely a lot of love between you and the players.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see them again. So we are going to hit the ground running. I know that always that first week is very tough. You're kind of famous for really that sort of, I think you call it hell week, that first week, and then but you do have a lot of exhibition games coming up, which is probably the best way to see how these guys are going to fit together.
yeah, and I think you and I talked about it before, right? It's the best way for them to make the decisions for us as a staff. We can put them in exhibition games, and then they can play themselves in or out of spots, and it's a way for us to get to learn. And I think the other night when you and I talked, it was a big thing for me is to see how guys feel after a loss, because we don't set exhibition games up where we think that we're going to win, right?
Right.
We try to play teams that we think will test us physically and make us push back and put us in tough situations. So that's what we're doing, and it's going to be a great educational point for myself and for them. To put us on our right building blocks to advance as the weeks go on the season.
Yeah, so the games we do know about, I know you're going to be going up to northern Michigan. That's a trip that has become a bit of a tradition at your alma mater, so that's not a big surprise. And Lewis University, I believe, coming here.
Yep.
We don't have dates and times per se yet, but also a couple NA exhibitions sound like they're going to be coming down the pike as well. One in Janesville, one in town here against Kenai River, I guess. So yeah, like you said, those are definitely high caliber teams that you're looking for. You're just mostly looking for chemistry and a high compete level.
Yeah, I mean, they're games where you don't have to worry about winning. It's just going out and seeing who's willing to put the effort in, even if you lose. Like, who's willing to block a shot with with 2 minutes left when you're down by 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big character thing for me. I mean, that's, you know, that was the biggest compliment that we got last year playing out in the championships in Boston is we were up by 5, I think, and, you know, it was 4 seconds left, and Trevor Justad lays down, blocks a shot right in the chest, and we clear the puck out of the end, and, you know, the college comes over and says, like, it's a great characteristic to have as a group, and it is. It's something that we take a lot of pride in. You know, we take a lot of pride in not giving up, you know, 30 plus shots. We try to keep it in the 25 range a night. And now, will that change this year? Who knows, right? There's no crystal ball, but you just try to play with that same identity and move forward with it.
Yeah, it seems to be the players that you identify with, the guys that are going to do that. I mean, it's hard, I suppose, in the showcase tournaments to really get a lot about the character and stuff of the guys. But you've done a really good job of finding the right players, that's for sure, over the past couple of years.
Well, we've been lucky, I think, and you know, we were talking to one of the guys that's coming back here this year, and he's already in town, and he said, you know, I think that my biggest learning thing from last year was knowing that I always had to be aggressive. You know, and as a person and a player, like, I always had to be aggressive. And playing, he came from high school hockey in Colorado. He said, you know, I didn't have to do that. Like, I was a skill guy. But last year, I think he might have had, you know, 10 points. He wasn't a skill guy for us. So, you know, it's about the guys that are coming in. If they're willing to adapt and trust in what we do, then we'll have success. If they want to fight the system and, you know, want to take on a different identity than what they really are, because, you know, they think they're, you know, a 50-goal scorer, or mom and dad tells them they're a 50-goal scorer, whatever it is, that it affects the group as a whole, and you know, then the guy next to them won't have success either because they're not buying in. So, you know, it's about getting that group all on the same page, and that's where you look at your veterans, and, you know, we're thankful to have like our captain's coming back, right? It's his 4th year with the Ducks, and I mean, he's been through it all the way to championships, and he's been through it where, you know, he didn't play until his first year. He didn't play until after Christmas break in a real game. So, I mean, he can really help guys no matter what they're in the situation in the locker room. I think he's a perfect fit this year to, you know, to help those guys groom into what we want.
Right. The thing, we talked about this again the other day, but it's so unique to me. A team that's looking for a 3rd straight championship in a 3rd straight different league, which I think is so cool. You've actually been in 4 straight championship games already. You're looking for a 5th straight appearance, which to me, that's just amazing. But starting with the Busch Cup from a couple years ago, and then last year winning the USP3 National Championship. Now this year getting the promotion with most of the teams in your West Division to the Elite Division, which is something you really wanted to get, and it just sets the bar a little bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it lets us play different teams. You know, it's. I think our team last year would have been fine at that level. So, you know, we didn't really change when we were identifying and recruiting this summer. You know, I think we recruited the same type of mentality. And yeah, I mean, we're excited, right? It's a new challenge, and that's, you know, that's what we tell our guys all the time. Like, you don't want to put yourself in spots where you're just comfortable. You know, if you're a guy that plays midget AAA and has 50 points and can go back to midget AAA, why go back? Go push yourself to try to make a junior team. You know, I mean, if you have to put yourself in situations where you're not the best, because it doesn't make you any better if you just continue to go where it's comfortable and easy.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I think it's a great thing for us. We're excited about the challenge. You know, maybe it's personal. I don't think we're a very favorited team coming into this year, and you know, I think most of the time we're probably not right off of the bat, because we do come out of the gate sometimes a little slow. But we're very systematic, and there's a lot of education that takes place for our guys. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what things are going. I mean, it's exciting. Like, I mean, you know, the ice is getting painted and everything as we're walking in the office today. And I mean, I'm anxious to get on the ice, and, you know, I've been thinking about different techniques what to do to, to get a good feel for this group. And maybe I don't go on the ice for the first couple of days. I'll sit up in a press box and watch, or
Okay.
you know what I mean. There's just a lot of things, and you just want to put these guys in an environment to be successful right away. So, yeah, I mean, we're fortunate enough to win, Jim, and I give all the credit in the world to those guys that have worn that jersey since I've been here. That's for sure. I'm a very lucky coach to be a part of a lot of, I think really good hockey careers at this level,
Right.
and some great individual people. That's for sure.
Well, the feeling is definitely mutual. Excuse me. Having talked to a lot of players, it's a marriage. You gotta have good coaching, and obviously you're right. I mean, you luck into getting some great players, but it's coaching and players. It's a combination of things, obviously, and great ownership too.
Yep.
So I think that for the people that are watching, the league will basically be the same. I think the only difference that I can remember from the other day is the Decatur team will be in the other division. Unfortunately, the Ileana team has had to close their shutters, at least for this season.
Yeah.
And we will have one new entry, which is kind of neat. Going to be going to the border to play the Detroit Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
Long road trip, but a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, it's long for us.
Oh boy,
right?
is it ever.
It's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But, I remember coaching out west, and that was a pretty normal trip. So, I mean, it'll be good. It'll be fun for our guys. Right? For me, it's a new jersey. It's a new rink. It's it's new environment. So I get excited about that kind of stuff. As much as I love playing, teams that are 40 minutes or 2 hours from us, like sometimes it gets old. So I'm excited that we added a new team in, and we'll get a taste of them. I think right at the end of the year we're there for 3 games.
I think so too. Yeah.
So it'll be fun. It'll be it's exciting, and I think that they're excited to be a part of this as well.
Good.
I mean, I think it adds more travel from their standpoint.
Oh boy, yeah, because that other division is almost all Michigan.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's going to be tough for them.
But I think they're excited. That's what it's about. Hopefully, we can continue to grow and climb ladders as a group.
Right. So yeah, that's going to be a nice little addition. And speaking of addition, you do have one. Your staff is basically the same. You and Alex Julia will be doing most of the legwork with the team, but you do have an addition this year, an old friend, and I think it's going to make your life a lot easier.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we added Chris Hans from. He's actually in Marquette, Michigan, but we added him. He's moving down here, so he's our new equipment manager.
Right. Yeah.
So he was our equipment manager in Northern Michigan for all my 4 years I was there, and still was this past hockey season. So he's been there for a while, and we got lucky, right? We're in the right area that he's moving to, and he asked if he could help out. So I'm pretty pumped that we have someone else that can sharpen skates besides myself.
Yeah, I know that was a chore for you on Thursday night.
Yeah, so it gives me more time to be focused on little things with video and
Absolutely.
stuff like that. So I'm excited, and it's always nice to have people around that you can trust, right?
Yeah.
And that you can have fun with, because you still want to have fun every day. But we're excited to add him. I mean, I think he's really excited to be a part of this. He was down the other day to meet everyone, right? He met you.
Yeah.
Came down to get a feel of the locker room and kind of what we do for our guys on a daily basis. So it was good. I think it's going to be a great fit, and I think the guys will really appreciate having him around as well.
Yeah, I can only imagine a guy with coming from a Division I program like that was probably used to doing really a lot of work in the locker room and stuff like that. It is going to be really nice for the guys to just kind of give it a little bit of a professional atmosphere, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, we're excited, right? I think the guys will really appreciate it. And,
Yeah.
He takes a lot of pride in what he does.
Uh-huh.
So, to me, that's a huge thing, is take pride in everything you do. So
Yeah.
he'll fit into at least to my locker room, right, which is the office, pretty well. And I told him the other day that now he's on staff, and I'm not a player anymore when he was an equipment manager. So there'll be times where I'm going to push him to get things done. So
Oh yeah,
a little bit
okay.
of a different atmosphere, but
Well, he's probably used to that.
yeah. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time there at a pretty high level, so
Right.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
So, and one other addition, it's not really an addition, but Chris Pelisak, who has been a goal judge for us in the past, has agreed to do it basically like a full-time thing, which is nice for me because it's always tough to find different volunteers, and to know that's going to be looked after game in and game out is nice. And by the way, congratulations, Chris, on he was kind of a defending champion at a demolition derby in Lodi. He went there last week, and he did well. He didn't win it this time around, but he was definitely among the top guys, and he did well. So congratulations, Chris. And he even put Delta sponsorship on his car, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, we posted that on our social media network.
Right.
And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome for sure.
So congratulations, Chris, and we're glad to have you aboard as well.
Yeah.
The season will be starting very soon. You said Aaron Kirby's putting the ice in
Yep.
as we speak. I was there today. It looked like there was a pretty good base down.
Yeah.
You aren't going to be on it on Monday, and it'll be ready.
Yeah. I mean, we might have to put some extra hours in tomorrow. And,
Okay.
I think we're all willing to do that to get on the ice as soon
Yeah,
as we
it's
can.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did add another scout.
Okay.
In the last 24 hours, and a guy actually that you know pretty well, out of Colorado, named Skylar Harding.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
Great.
so we added Skylar. Skylar's out there right now, and I mean literally within the last 24 hours, and we added him, and
Yeah, that's great. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got a really good
great hockey IQ.
eye for talent
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic.
He was a captain here, right? And
Yep.
great personality.
Yep.
Always in it for the right reason.
Mhm.
And, that's the one thing that I remember about him when he played here is his hockey IQ, and the thought process of the game was exceptional. So
Well, we've had some good players from Colorado, including last year's goaltender. So
Yeah.
he's in the right spot, I think.
Yep. No,
Find us a
absolutely.
winner, Skyler.
So welcome Skylar as
Yeah,
well. So,
definitely.
yeah, it's nice to get those guys back.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's come full circle with us now.
Yeah.
So that's all I can think of for now. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the team will open the regular season on the 9th and 10th of September at the Poppy Waterman Ice Arena. Tickets and everything will be the same price as last year.
Yep.
The team will once again be involved again as well at the Wajawa Festival. We're going to have a booth this year. The team itself will be away on a Friday and Saturday, but they'll be in the parade on Sunday and involved at the booth in some measure too, maybe autographs or something like that. So, Coach, good luck this season. I know that you're cautiously optimistic. I think that's your approach going into the season.
Let's try to be 500.
And I think that I think you're gonna have another great year, and I can't wait to see things get going.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. You know what? We're excited no matter what happens, and let's take it day by day, and
Yeah,
just make sure that we enjoy what we're doing.
awesome. So next week, things are going to be pretty tough for Coach. That first week is very, very hectic. We'll try to get a show jammed in there somewhere though, probably from the rink. So Coach, if we could do that maybe sometime next week, maybe talk about some players or get a player on or something. And thanks again for having us in your home, and we'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate your efforts.